No, 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 no.
It's not how it happened.
What the happened? Just tell me now.
Biases.
But you're doing it. Oh, don't scare me like that, bro.
Mr. Janko?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we back. I feel Lestat is still heavily. Oh, shout out to you guys. Sorry, I know my vacation was so long, but I needed it, man, and I had a great time with my girlfriend. It was amazing. I feel like Lestat is not just gonna come in on some rah-rah all the way. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of sentimental moments between him and Louis, and maybe even Armand as well too, because he was also with Armand. And truth be told, everyone always says, keep in mind who's telling the story, keep in mind who's telling the story. So I don't know if what Armand has been saying is the truth about what happened with him and Lestat, because it seemed kind of weird, like Lestat just dipped out, he just left, especially with how much he was in love with Nikki. So I feel like there's more to that, and Lestat was always talking about, you know, there's worse vampires, or there's people that are doing this and this and that. So I feel like there's more to the story between all these vampires. But then I'm a little hesitant on that thought, because why would Santiago even want to bring Lestat back if he knows that? But we do know from episode 5 that Lestat is also still alive, and we don't know anything about Claudia or these other ones. I know there's a lot of love, a lot of connections, and I feel like there's going to be some very thought-provoking moments, a lot of I love you and I would do anything for you type of moments. And Lestat's very eccentric. They're going to be having a court session, so maybe he's going to play into that a little bit, maybe not. Maybe some truths come out. Maybe even the interview gets a little crazy with Daniel. I expect chaos. I expect reveals. And I expect death. I really feel like Claudia is going to... Shout out to the Patreon. Shout out to all my supporters. Thank you, everyone who's rocked with me and stayed pledged even through this time. Like, I know people's financial situations are different. And some of y'all even upgraded. Some of y'all even upgraded, even during the break. Like, that just shows some of y'all are just built different. Some of y'all dipped on me. It's cool. I see y'all. No hard feelings. I get it. Let's get into it. I'm excited.
And the vampire, Lestat de Lyonco.
Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. The GOAT, baby. Hold up. Let's get on. We're here. We are here. Oh, there's another reactor that pointed out something so dope about this. He was like, man, I wish his name's like Breezy Bite or something. I'll have to put him at the end of the video or something. But he pointed out something that was so cool to me. He was like, is the upside down formation here supposed to be like vampire fangs? And I was like, bro, it blew my mind when he said that. Obviously, it's a stretch, but it is cool to ponder. It's definitely dope to ponder. I feel great.
Claudia, it's gonna be okay.
Session 15.
Already. Like, I get it in this moment, you gotta say Claudia is gonna be okay, but man, is it falls on deaf ears just a little bit for me as far as feeling sensitive for him in this moment, just because we know. It started off with he ain't tell her what was happening and how they knew all this information and were finding out things about them, and then he thought that him and Armand were like good, but they wasn't good.
Anyone want to start?
Outnumbered?
Armand sold you
I'm
out.
talking now.
Sorry.
He did so you out.
Go ahead.
But yeah, Daniel, relax. Let him do it.
Trying to bite anything that moved outside the sack. Straining for any sound of her.
Oh, they put her in there with the rats. Woo. Oh, shit.
And the vampire, Lestat
We didn't.
de Lyonco.
He's downstage
I
smoking.
fell, a play that's been fully
Trying
designed.
to rehearse.
And every actor on stage has scripted lines, except for us.
We didn't know any laws.
The cover members sitting behind us would use their collective powers to disorient our minds, our hearing.
Of course, Claudia's gonna get her words out.
We've no need to hear from you. We have your words here. In all that chilling premeditation.
It's
November the 23rd, 1939. I shall be
This poor
your
girl.
angel of death, Lestat. Not much time left, Lestat.
obviously something has to go horribly wrong in this plan because Louis and Armand get away, and Lestat is still out there as well too. I don't know what's gonna happen with Claudia, but doesn't that speak to her character that like in this moment of all those people using their powers and trying to keep her down, she still is able to speak her mind and get some words out of like rebellion against whatever they're trying to enforce on them. And Santiago is just a little too comfortable in his. I mean, this is his moment. You know, this is his play. He's designed this, but it's gonna. I feel it's gonna come to bite him in the ass just because he's in it right now. And I like the little nod to the moment where he was telling her, you know, you gotta hide your stuff a little better, your journals and stuff. Put that stuff away. Like, what if somebody had if it wasn't me, and I forget what girls he said. What if so and so had came in here and saw you writing the journals? And now he has him out there on full display, everything she's ever written, and he's reading them out loud. Hopefully he doesn't touch on like the Bruce stuff as well too. And then her partner in this scene, I mean, you can't imagine how she's feeling. She's probably just like, what the f?
She had us all fooled.
Accused must stay silent.
Crippled you.
Their Achilles.
Slashed to the bone, wounds that would not heal before the curtain fell. Set dressing. I could feel a presence.
He said as the fight left Claudia, he could, like, it just speaks to how much he has been, I don't like to say dependent because well, it is a little bit, but Louis has really came into his own this season, but it just gives shades of the first season of how much he really relied on her for strength to get through stuff. And as he's starting to feel down again, now the GOAT is about to come back. And we even had the what was it, the moments of Ghost Lestat telling him like, when you're down, which was actually Louis' own mind talking to him, right, telling him whenever you get to your most happy, it's like, I will come back and I'll kill you, I'll be there. So Louis kind of speaking that into reality where like, I'm down, I'm defeated, I'm looking at Claudia, the fight is out of her, so this is my lowest. And we reintroduce Lestat in this moment. So beautiful writing with that, and I'm gonna shut the up because I want to hear what he's gonna say.
The audience was leering and feral. We were on trial for murder.
I should be sad, but I really want to see Lestat, so I'm smiling.
De Lioncourt.
Strut walk on him. But what is he gonna say?
I prefer the old place. It's a grubby little century, isn't it?
Written by the vampire Claudia, in which your last words are recorded in your own blood.
I swear, in my own blood.
You've returned to Paris because?
Eine croque, madame, et brasserie. And justice for the attempted murder of my being. It's their turn to hurt.
He was back. In the flesh.
It had all the hallmarks of a hallucination.
The GOAT.
Lestat, at last, come to kill us.
In front of a live human audience.
That's right.
Let me guess. The star witness's testimony was scrupulously impartial.
Of this story of butchery.
It's a story of love.
See, that's what I mean about subverting some expectations. He loves Louis.
Love. Wrong.
He's always been difficult for me. A violinist.
Belonged to this very theater troupe.
Briefly, yes. Fragile mind, prone to corruption. With a little help from others.
I followed Lestat's gaze.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like they said, like he just left and stuff like that. Lestat has a bone to pick. It's kind of baffling to me. Like I feel like I feel the seeds there. It's like it's not going exactly to your script already, Santiago.
It stopped my heart. He was as much of a captive as we were.
You were forced to watch.
Or they'd kill me.
It was a part of his punishment.
Just a clarification for the readers. To save your own life, Armand, you f***ed over Louis, Claudia, and Madeline, and then you sat in the best seat in the house watching the consequences of you f***ing them over.
He had a lot to account for.
Seeped into me with Nikki's death. I buried myself in the dirt, Porte Neuilly, on the outskirts of Paris, and I lay there.
So he didn't just leave.
His cabinet across Europe while I mourned. My only sustenance, the ancient blood already inside me.
You awoke in 1908, but even a century underground could not obliterate the pain of Nicolas' death.
I disembarked for New Orleans,
He's not.
the
You sound so
humidified daughter of Paris.
And
Louis, the love of my life.
Louis de Pointe-de-Lac.
Shit hurt him to even say.
let the court record show that the victim pointed to the accused.
I didn't point. I merely glanced his way.
I'm about to violate the fifth.
Keep calm. Carry on.
Failed sugar farmer, a brothel keeper.
Forced in the corners by his race, alienated from his own desires, American Puritanism mangling his very soul.
Disreputable, cold, violent.
It feels almost like the comment sections that you see where you have some people explaining, and that's the beauty. That's the beauty of the writing. He's not just bad and he's not just good, but I love that in this moment, Lestat is sticking to what he always believed in Louis. Even if he did do it wrong and he accelerated the process and stuff like that, he's still sticking by. He was troubled and he was, his race and things like that had him at a disadvantage. He's not going in on Louis the way Santiago's trying to go in on him. Even to the point where they talk about him pointing and stuff like that. He's like, I ain't pointing them like that. So you can still feel Lestat has a lot of love for Louis. And if we think about episode 5, when he's like, yo, basically asking like, what happened? Like, are you okay? We know there's a lot of love for Louis still inside of Lestat, regardless of the attempted death. I feel like maybe he knows. Like, he wasn't really trying to kill me. He gave me a way out. He just needed Claudia to get away from me.
There was Louis, offering to be my chaperone. His eyes sliding down me. A vampire was being hunted.
Oh, never mind. Oh, now you're switching up.
Every heartbeat,
Well, shit.
every sidelong glance. Those are his words. He kept coming around after me.
Come to me.
How do you know that it was not your own voice, Louis? In the hopes that I would come to you.
Is this some of the...
Stat.
And after the outbreak of Nikki,
And after the heartbreak that was Nikki,
I'm confused now. Is that real or is that just a line that he has to say that's part of the play? Because it would make sense that Lestat was saying, come to me, for whatever significance it holds. It does hold significance because it plays into who was truly luring in the other one. But Armand said, come to me to Lestat. So it just kind of makes sense that Lestat was saying that. But then he seemed like he was hurt that he had to say it. So maybe it is just part of the play that he has to say that to make Louis seem worse.
I offered Louis myself instead, my companionship.
And with the 2 dead priests in his purview, and took your face in them with a kiss of acceptance.
It's so, like, you have to speak about it because it's the conversations we have in the comment section and everybody's videos. How much agency did this person have versus this person? Who was the one that did this or did that? So I just love that it's speaking about it and making us go back to that moment and almost rehash it and have to have the conversation all the way over again. And like I said, there's probably going to be more stuff that's unveiled that shows a whole different perspective on it. And I like that it's a lot later in the season. So at this point, most of the stuff that you have in your mind may be cemented, but now you have to like pull back on some of those things and maybe reopen and have those conversations again as a first time viewer. A lot of you guys have already seen it before, so y'all know where it's going, but internally me, it's causing a feeling of like, oh shit, like how much, obviously I thought that from the beginning, how much of what some person is saying is true or what, but we're actually here now.
Did you say something?
Stupid.
Men embracing men. Disgusts you.
I'm pretty sure it disgusts a whole lot of people.
You finna die.
Oh. You vomited into your foxhole often. But what you didn't do, Corporal Donny Chaplin, is fire your M1 Garand rifle a single.
Ass.
Your line, and 3 days later, you ran off into the Belgian forest, during which time your friend, who you share a matching tattoo with, Private Ernest Hughes' arm was shot off.
You tried to go AWOL.
Back to your line and claimed you'd been lost in the fog.
That speaks to so much stuff that just happens in society. And I see, this is why like I f with Lestat so heavy. How many times do you get on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, any comment section, and somebody will just say some wild shit to you, but it's because you can't pull back the veil on them. With this gift that Lestat has, you wanna talk? Let's talk about you. Let's talk about how you ran away, how you were incompetent. You couldn't even read the map, and why you got matching tattoos? Like what is like that's your man's or that's your man's? Like what was you really on? And you didn't even help him. Why he got his arm shot off? You tried to go AWOL. So it's easy to throw a stone and hide your own hand. But if we put you on stage and put you in the forefront and speak about you, how much about what you saying is true, or how much are you actually hiding? So quit being so quick to judge somebody, because you might be a bigger.
They may, like yourself, be disgusted by the transcendent love between two vampires of the same sex.
About you.
Where lies their disgust now?
Yeah, shut up.
The accused didn't take to vampirism. Crippled by qualms, he drank only from animals.
I didn't want to eat people.
Louis was fixated on the loss of his humanity. Louis was deceptively agile with words. A trenchant form of verbal amusement.
The single worst thing that a vampire can feel is loneliness. Human loneliness magnified by millennia, by the never-ending road that we walk.
Do they not know this? Take my hand.
Oh, he's giving him some of his pain?
This is lonely. You want to crawl up and die, don't you? I know.
Shit.
I know. When one of Louis' infrequent kills upturned the city.
Infrequent.
And he threatened me.
You didn't have to say that.
With this lonely.
Shame on you!
I didn't know if he was ever gonna come back.
Waited for the fire to take me.
Yo.
That's when the Black Angel came.
Stop, bro.
But he came back.
Made me more of a vampire than anyone up here.
No. He did it, but he has a very strong retort to that. He was doing it for his partner.
14 forever. Should be a cripple.
Lestat stood on that stage, took all the familiar pieces of Louis' life, defiled them, bent them into a Lestat-shaped effigy.
But I remember being out of my body at the time. Lestat took me there.
14 forever.
What do we do?
Nothing. We do nothing.
She's dying because of me. They lit her building on fire because of me.
They lit whatever fire you're talking about with their own free will. You do not know this girl.
What do you mean? Yes, I can.
The great laws forbid it.
Great law. She's gonna die in front of us.
But he was in a terrible panic. Claudio on the ledge of death.
And in fairness to Louis don't know about the law, so you saying that in that moment it's not gonna mean shit to him. Even if you did say it, this plays back into not giving him all the information when you turned him. So I love Lestat, but you don't get no sympathy points for explaining this in that moment. Louis didn't have all the information until right before that moment happened. But yes, it was Y'all shouldn't have turned her anyways. Have the final say so though, because if you don't do it, Louis don't know how to do it himself. She just would have died. So like Armand saying, Lestat is switching this up on him, but I like watching him be eccentric and trying to lead the jury a certain type of way. But I still feel like there's another trick or something he has up his sleeve, because either he really just wants to get his points out, or he wants to try to help Louis get up out of here as well too. I don't think he has any remorse for what happens with Claudia, unfortunately. I mean, they showed her getting eaten by the rats. Is that actually how she's gonna go out? Like, that's
Yeah.
oh, they got the other girl.
I'll stay. I'll never leave you. Ever again.
There was a light in his eyes, a light I'd not seen for years. But I resisted, because I knew the wisdom of the great laws. She will be at war with herself. She's of an age where emotions will soar and plummet, mountains and valleys, every day of her life.
I don't care!
Well, you must care! You have to drain her first, Louis.
She asked if I was an angel.
Is this the I like this rendition of it. I like it, but is this really how it happened? I should let it play out fully, but if this is how it happened, so far it explains so much about like that extra resentment that Lestat felt towards, like, it makes you think of, it makes you like I said, you pull back those, like, there's things that have been cemented in your mind that you might have to change. And so now I'm going from what I just said. Well, at the end of the day, Lestat, you have the full ability to do it, and Louis don't know what he's doing. If Louis actually turned her himself, and Lestat didn't have shit to do with it, and told him all this shit that would happen, that it completely makes me view things a lot different. That makes me view it different, and I don't mean to. I don't mean in a way of picking sides. I'm too excited. I start stuttering. I mean more in the sense of there's more sympathy that I can have with him in these moments where he's having his infidelities, trying to get away from Louis, speaking to him about all you do is care for her. I've been gone for and she's the one that you're concerned with. He really didn't want any part of this and told him everything that would happen with it. I'm not picking a side. I'm just saying if like I said, I like this touch that they're adding, man. Very late into the season to add this is dope. It makes you have to rethink things.
It's not how it happened.
What the happened? Just tell me shit now. Damn.
It is how it happened. I didn't think it at the time.
And big on Louis in this moment for being able to say that is what happened and not trying to hide nothing from Daniel. And that's another great moment throughout this whole season of both seasons switching stuff up in all the not epiphanies, but what is it called when you come to it, like moments of realization that he's had with himself and Daniel, and everybody showing who they truly are. It is a very earned moment for him in this moment to say, you know what, that is what happened. That is what happened. And I love that for his character as well too. Hey, man, come on, episode 7.
Please, I'll be anything.
Wow. Give us more of these. Give us more of these things that are different, because this is such a linchpin, pivotal decision in the show where it felt like you're on either one side of it, and to make people have to swap how they see it and perceive it is crazy. So I hope there's at least one more moment like this. At least one more. Because I just like the way it made me feel.
You will regret this for the rest of your life.
Bro, with the music, like the epiphany music going with that, they didn't use something super sad. They used something like a oh shit. Like, he was right. Thinking back on this, it almost looks like he's like, yeah, you're right. I do regret this. What a beautiful touch of music. Note choice, whatever that pitch was. It's just with Anderson's acting as well too in that.
I made her for Louis.
Okay, so he did make it though.
I broke the second law. When you sentence them for their crimes, you sentence me too.
But But you...
Here it goes, where I said he's got some tricks up his sleeve. Santiago, you're not in control. All the plotting, it was good plotting, the meticulous shit you went through. The one thing you underestimated was Lestat's love for Louis and his, I said one thing, but a lot of things you underestimated were his love for Louis, his ability to sway, and his like stage presence is like off the charts. You're completely outmatched here in a situation that you created.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know what the else Lestat's plan is, but it's finna get real dicey.
It's all lies, right? Trial here.
It's a whole lot. How Claudia was made.
He lied to her. Or maybe he didn't know he was lying.
He didn't tell me. You should go with Lestat's version.
Don't say virgin, say the truth. Just say the truth.
74 years have provided
Unwelcome clarity.
A consummate killer. A congenial companion. We were a happy trio. And followed that with a killing spree. Corpses clogging the bayou. A penchant for human souvenirs.
She put yours and Louis' anonymity at risk. Then she ran away.
Louis...
Don't say what I said. Don't say what I said.
He blamed himself.
Oh, okay.
Your companion no longer wishes to share his body with. Coming out of his mouth is vitriol or disinterest.
For 7 years.
What do you do? What?
Is that Antoinette?
Do you find affection elsewhere?
Stage presence is off the charts. This that made a room full of people made them feel sorry for him that he had to cheat. Oh, shit. I mean, you cut it off, right? Or move on.
Later, the vampire Antoinette. 7 long years.
Claudia assessed the fragility of our union.
Yes, she did.
She's an artful predator.
One of the best.
Come with me to Europe.
And you and Louis fought?
Well, at first we just slammed each other around our townhouse.
Are we revising this?
7 years of compromise.
Trying to restrain myself, Louis!
Denial.
Stop!
It's so hard. You know, I want to talk about how this show has made me mature in a way too, because in a moment like this, it is so hard not to get amped and be like, oh, motherfucking told you so. Like, stop coddling this motherfucker. Like, but I don't need to do that. I've come to appreciate Louis so much for who he is and what he is that I can see this and I don't feel the need to go off the deep end in a rant. But like I said, well, now that we're getting this revised, can we get maybe 2 more? Because y'all giving us revisions every 10 minutes. So give me like 2 more revisions. Because it just makes my mind think so much more. Because now you go from, and the bad part is, so you have your viewing experience and then you have your experience interacting with people in other comment sections. So you see Lestat's a piece of shit. And like you have to choose sides or whatever. But to see it from this perspective and to hear him be like, yo, I don't want to do this. Please, like, don't make me turn up on you. Like, I mean, if the last part is true, we know how it ends. I threw you from the sky. But some of that sympathy for me, and I'm not talking about for other viewers, some of that is what's the word, redacted? Took him back. Like, I felt bad when he threw you from the sky, but maybe not so much no more. It still sucks that happened, but it's a lot more even than it is 80-20. You know what I'm saying? For me, personally, I'm not trying to sway or change anybody else's mind. It's about 45-55 is more what it's kind of feeling like, which I like because it means that we're being put into a situation where we're not just protecting one character. We're being forced to look at them both almost on completely equal terms. And that just speaks to how much care is being put into both characters and into our minds of letting us be able to decipher and figure things out without having to condemn one character and love one other character. If you did do that, if you did condemn one and love one, you're in a weird position right now. Let's keep going.
It will end in your death. Look at your face.
His mom in there.
Stay back, Claudia.
And he finna grab you. He finna snap.
It's okay, we're done. Stay where you are, okay?
Say something else wild to him, Louis. Make him snap.
You gonna leave me?
Wrap it around that scrawny neck of yours. Just like you did our daughter. Until your eyes pop.
That sounds like Louis.
Go butcher knife. And chop your head off. Yeah.
I'm burdened with my maker's temper.
So Lestat went over the line. Obviously. Crazy shit. But I like this moment. And it just keeps reminding me of how much growth I've had with Louis personally, of understanding some of him more. Some of the things that I didn't mesh with initially, is that he does have this in him, and I can appreciate it instead of just despising that he has it. Like, yes, like this comes from his mother a little bit. It comes from that pimp slick talk. Like, we didn't see him snap on Santiago. So I just love the story, built it up and showed us little by little. Louis is not a saint. He's not the devil, but he's not a saint. So in this moment where he does this, you might feel like there's no way that happened. But for me personally, maybe it's turn the volume down a little bit on how hard he went. But it's pretty believable that, you know, this telling of the story, a lot of things might have happened this way. So I would love to go back and watch my reactions and see how I played it throughout. Y'all probably be laughing watching reactions thinking, these motherfuckers don't know shit.
You were teased until you toppled.
He tried to kill him.
Oh, did he? Then you let him fall. 2 kilometers, approximately. Yes, I know. It's a lethal distance for a mortal, but for a vampire. He put his fist through a priest's skull. Did you do that to the accused? No, you did not. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I ask you to set aside your mortal biases and remember that we are monsters.
Some of this reminds me of me talking about episode 1 and 2, where I say it's hard for me to hold into our human morality and things like that because they are not truly bound to our rationale or our thoughts or even our strength. Like, they are us on 1 million. Santiago's going a lot further than I would go, but it's so intriguing to hear. It's like fourth wall breaking to hear the characters speak about some of the shit that we talk about in the fandom, and different like takes that we have. Obviously, I don't think Santiago's take on that is the best take, but I've heard people almost basically quote exactly what he just said, and it's like, I mean, there's more to it, but it's very sweet to see. I like whenever shows give little nods to how we interact amongst ourselves.
You knew Louis would be fine.
And he was fine.
Oh, he didn't know.
Lestat?
He didn't know.
Wolf congratulated for not killing your
pop. That's what I say. He's going too far.
You knew he would be fine, and he was fine.
No! He wasn't fine. I let go of him. I watched him clutch the air.
The start went off script again.
How do you know it wasn't part of the show?
It was not.
Sam was cursing to himself beside me. You cannot script a hurricane.
Can't script the goat?
I did it to hurt him.
How great is it that Armand is the one that says that line that you can't script a hurricane, whenever Armand was also the person in episode 3 that wanted Lestat to come there and shit up after he saw how different he was and how he was this new reckoning of vampire and stuff like that. Dope ass line. He hasn't had many this episode, but I like that. He's been sadly put back to his role of playing the wall intentionally.
And afterwards, he was a broken thing. I know. I saw, because I am the one who broke him.
Good on Lestat. On that.
persuade. I couldn't force him to love me, and so I hurt the only one.
Doing it again. Hurting you again.
She not trying to hear no bullshit.
I thought of this often in the coffin.
Bars.
That you left me in. And I've thought of this in the years since. I will always be sorry for what I did to you.
Good job, Lestat. Let it sit.
Continue.
From the heart and not the page. Did it move you?
Yes.
Crossed an ocean because he wanted us dead. Something real. This is Lestat. Over.
Until you're left with no sense of what is or what is not.
Didn't work on me anymore.
Ah.
I wasn't thinking about Lestat's right up on her feet.
Oh, man.
Good. Real pretty.
Oh, girl.
You dropped him like an egg from an airplane.
Let her have her moment.
We poisoned him.
A confession!
He's not dead. He's standing right here in front of us. Can I cry and say that I'm sorry to him?
Regardless of the scenario going on, there's something that's slightly beautiful about seeing Claudia being able to stand up on her own in this moment, and she's not the kid or the child. She's Claudia through and through. She's rebellious. She's saying what the she wants to say, regardless if it's right or wrong, and she's on 10. Yeah, she ain't used to that. Oh, she wants to be there for her. Stand up, girl.
One more round in the stormy romance of you two.
Yeah, she tired of you motherfuckers.
Never been about me.
Ever. They use you as a tool, girl.
I was just a roof shingle that flew off of your house. Are we on trial? It's not a trial. It's a stoning.
Took the air out of the place with that one. Got a lot less fun real quick.
And they had Lestat back in the chair, fully recovered from his apology.
No!
The father ridiculed and humiliated in his final minutes in the courtyard oven.
And the mortals didn't blink. They followed the pocket watch back and forth and sent a signal flare to America.
Lestat would have his vengeance.
What happens next?
This is hard.
But you're doing it. Oh, don't scare me like that, bro.
She must join or die. But it is true and fair.
She'll choose death.
The choice is yours. Will you renounce the accused you sit with and join our coven?
No, she will not. No, she will not.
I'm the vampire Madeleine Eparvier. And my immortal companion is Claudia. My coven is Claudia.
My vampire heart quivereth.
The martyr skips her way to hell.
For the heretical desecration of the first, third, and fourth, and the murder of the vampire Antoinette Brown, and the attempted murder of her maker, the vampire Monsieur Lestat de Liancourt, guilty or not?
Lestat, do something, bro.
And the sentence.
May I ask the court for a final request?
No.
Let her have it.
Man in the balcony, wearing the hi-hat, would you kindly remove it?
Who's behind her?
Condemned her last request.
Who's behind her?
Thank you. I now know all your faces. If there is an afterlife, I'm gonna come back and can kill all of you.
she went out like herself. He would have said something like that too.
Of the great laws, one, and the murder of the vampire Antoinette Brown.
Lestat, do something, you motherfucker.
Monsieur Lestat de Liancourt. What say you for the vampire Louis de Pointe du Lac? Guilty or not?
Santiago so f***ing happy. Bitch ass. Ugh. He's playing his role well. Oh, Armand. Armand got y'all frozen a motherfucker.
Banishment.
Banishment.
But Armand, I know you don't have any loyalty to Claudia or the other girl, but my guy, that's just, I don't know what to think about that. I don't know what I think about that. Great for Louis, but I don't like it for them. That's where I'm at with it right now. That's where I'm at with that.
Banishment is not an applicable punishment.
Oh, but you mortals are bastards, aren't you? Arguably, a sentence worse than death. All right, have it your way.
Send him to Belgium.
Let's stop, move, motherfucker. Oh, hell. This is turning from my favorite to one of my most irritated episodes.
I'm gonna guess.
I'm irritated as now.
Didn't drive you to the Belgian border.
I fought back. Their crypt. Shoved me in a coffin. Filled the coffin with rocks so I couldn't move.
What was that, Louis? I can't hear you.
Or breathe. That's scary as fuck.
Banished.
Oh, hell no. Kill me.
To starve to death.
That.
And join the damned that came before me.
And while that's going on, she's upstairs on stage.
I wasn't there.
Okay.
Ramon, fix your face and tell us the story.
Now for your viewing pleasure.
The lip of the stage.
A spectacle and
Arms around each other, defiant, scared, whispering last words to one another.
What you're about to see is fake. Remember that when you leave here today. You are all...
I tried to hear what Claudia was saying to Madeleine, but my mind was with Louis.
Armand, stop. You don't even need to say that.
To him backstage.
And I despise you for it.
It just pisses me off that it's like over and over and over again. People keep showing how much they don't give a f what's going on with Claudia. This motherfucker straight up said it. He's watching them on stage, but his mind is completely with Louis. It's bittersweet, but at least Claudia is with the one person that gives a f about her. Gosh damn. And they gotta die.
And before Santiago pulled the blackout curtain hiding the perfectly mounted observatory lens, Claudia smiled to her executioners.
Like windows when wind blows.
Claudia gave the audience her back, and Madeleine succumbed first.
How are you with him?
Was him.
I guess I Would Die For You is a little fitting. Great acting all the way through by every person, every character. Everything made sense to me. I did like the revelations that we got from Lestat, the different viewpoints and the earned moment of Louis being like, you know what, let's go with his version because it's actually the truth. That is how it happened. I do remember that. Currently how Louis is, I feel horrible for Louis. He caused a lot of that shit though, dude. They all cause a lot of that shit. Like, why put yourself in that situation? Why not tell Claudia what was happening? So y'all, I mean, y'all could have planned it out differently. And the thing that Lestat said to Louis, you'll regret this for the rest of your life. And he has, and he did. Lestat's probably thinking in his mind one of two things or a combination of the two. He wants to get rid of Claudia because maybe he still wants a chance to get back with Louis, and Claudia has to go because she doesn't fit into the laws anyways. and he didn't truly ever want to make her in the first place. And maybe to him, not even maybe to him, she represents a lot of things that probably remind him of a lot of bad things. So episode 4 of season 1 has a new feeling to it, and man, I hate all of it for her character. I said it in my reaction to episode 4. Is this the right decision to make, to keep her alive, or just let her go? I still don't even know what the right decision was. She technically ended up burning to death anyways, but after having to suffer through all this other bullshit because of Louis, Lestat, Armand, punk ass, I still you heavy. Just always being in Claudia was just always, for everyone except Madeline, a tool to be used to get Louis, a tool to use so that I can have Louis back and say, Louis, how the fuck do you end up with Armand? How do you look him in the face and be like, I love the love of my life, holding his hand and shit? Boy, I wish. I know how I looked at the end of that episode, the finale, when he said that shit, and I looked crazy. I watched that shit now. I'm like, what the f is you on? What are we talking about? The love of my life? Out of here, dude. Out of here. All the trauma and all that our moms went through, it don't make up for this. But he wanted his, you wanted your life? Nigga, you done lived 500 years. And Lestat, Sam Reed, amazing in the episode. Him sitting there just watching her burn to death pisses me the off. Like, I was, I guess, hoping for a moment of like a cry, or maybe he tries to go and save her and they hold him down or something. Like maybe he had to change of heart in the moment. But this motherfucker just sat there and watched her burn for real. I don't even know what else I'm thinking. I lost all my thoughts because they didn't piss me the off. And yeah, I got a new favorite episode again. Favorite episode. I don't know. I feel very deflated. I feel very, very deflated. I don't know what else I want to say for the episode. The acting, the music, sound design was great. I liked the incorporation of the audience and having them do all that stuff as well too. They ended up having a huge role to play because they are technically what freed Louis in that moment. How does Santiago not think that maybe Armand is using them to do the banishment thing? Guys, I don't know what else I want to say. There's so many thoughts that they're hard to really form more complete sentence and thoughts with them. Like I said, deflated. I liked the setup of the stuff that Santiago was doing. I liked how, I don't know, it just seemed like everything was kind of flipped on its head. Seeing Louis or Jacob Anderson really bug out in the fight scene with Lestat was bugged out, but after seeing some more stuff being fleshed out, it was very earned, and I feel like they just have some like scientists behind how they're gonna give us this story and try to play with our minds and expectations and subverting expectations and things like that. And it's been just great to watch throughout. Shout out to my Patrons. I appreciate each and every one of you. I don't have anything else to say at the moment. Comment and we can talk. I said the release order. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for this one, so let's just get it done. Thank you for tuning in, and that is it for episode 7 of Interview with the Vampire season 2. Thank you for watching.